No more books or no more movies? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today's kind of just a goofy night. On occasion, especially when my when my brain is frazzled, I will go to my little cheat deck of Icebreaker starter pack. I've shown these to you before, and there's these little cards with little questions for Icebreaker questions to get an interesting conversation going on with people. So here's an interesting one that you could pass on to someone, and this is an odd one. It says, would you rather never read another book or never watch another movie? That's creepy to me because I am very much a film guy. I love movies. Always have. It's a really difficult question to answer. In most years of my life, I would pick movies hands down because there's enough movies out there that I know I'll be able to find enough good ones. It's a lot easier to rewatch a movie than it is to reread an entire book. The problem is that this year I have read some amazing books, and it just continues to go. I continue to run across these just fabulous books that I never want to give up, books that I'll pass on to my children, books that have changed my perspective so much on things that I actually want to reread them. I want to go back through them again or re-listen to them again on audio, in audio format. And I know there's a whole lot of books that I still want to read. Heck, there are books I own that I still want to read. So it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. If you're going to ask me right now, I'd have to, and it sounds pretentious, but I'd have to take books over movies. I would. I just, also being that I'm a catastrophist and I could see a day when they knock out the electrical grid or something of that sort. We end up not being able to watch any movies, and so if I didn't have books or movies, I'd be really in a bad shape. But books, the best thing is you don't need much for them. I mean, as long as you got a little bit of daylight, you got the ability to read them, and beyond that, a little bit of candlelight or campfire light, you can read them that way too. So it doesn't take as much. I like books. I love movies, though. I mean, there are, we can go on and on. I could start an entire podcast just about movies and compare them back to real life and take philosophy from a science fiction movie or anything else. I mean, I have a blast with that. Today, I'm going to pick books. Next year, it might be back to movies again. I would say, in general, I'm more of a movie guy than a book guy. They're just consumably, is that a word? In terms of their consumability, I can consume a lot more movies, go through a lot more, and be able to rewatch them a lot easier than I can redigest a book over again. But picking books for today, how about you? I'd love to hear what you think. One way or the other, is there something I haven't thought of as far as what it comes from between books and movies? Which one you like the best? The thing I like reviewing movies and books here. And if you're watching or listening to this for the first time, go back and check out some of the book reviews and movie reviews. I like taking an odd movie or an odd book and comparing it to something modern or something that would affect us today, or today's situations, today's politics, everything else. I think that's just a blast. I really enjoy doing that, and books and movies are two of my favorite mediums out there. In fact, if you got rid of all the other mediums, I'd be a-okay with just books and movies as far as for entertainment and for educational purposes. So, random thought, but it's an interesting question. So what do you think? That's all I've got for tonight. Go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. It's all about how to overcome competitive forces regardless of what your industry is and to make yourself stand out so that you don't even have any competition whatsoever. Even if that competition was Amazon.com, you get a free copy at AmazonProofBook.com. Has yet to be turned into a movie, but you can still watch, and you'll be able to listen to it too once we get that audiobook finally out. That's all I got for tonight. You have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.